Helping Seniors Television, all about improving quality of life for seniors. If you're a senior, know a senior, or plan to be a senior, then this show is for you. It's all about helping you develop your own aging plan so you can age actively and with dignity. Helping Seniors Television from the Helping Seniors Network of information, education, and resources.
Chef Jillian, I can't say enough good things about. First of all, she's a lifesaver hero for us because we did the Choose Your Flavor adventure. But really the thing that I think is fascinating about what she does is she goes, her and her team of chefs travel to people's homes, and then they put meals together that are important for the seniors to have, and they leave them. This fresh cooked right there in their house, and then they leave them there for the seniors to have in the following days. And I was asking her, I said, do you have to be rich to afford this service? And she said, no. She said, when you kind of like break it out, it's really not much different than going buying a whole bunch of Happy Meals or whatever in a drive-through at the same time. But the difference is when your doctor says your diet is supposed to include this or not include this, she knows what to do with that. So you're going to be on the plan and make your doctor happy too. So with that, Chef Jillian.
That's right. Thank you so much. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here today. Let me ask one question. I'm mic'd here. Do I need both? No, I don't need both. Okay. I'm going to use my hands a lot. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us today. So we appreciate that. Chefs for Seniors is a national franchise, so they're all over the country. I actually became a part of the franchise 6 years ago. So I'm like just getting ready for my 6-year anniversary. So that's kind of cool. That's one of my longest job I ever had. And I love it. I never expected to be owning a business. I never expected professional chef life. And here I am. So I'm so happy that I have a job where I can give back to people. And my customers literally were like, okay, I love you. I love you. Bye. It's good to see you. So Chefs for Seniors, we typically start with a free in-home consultation. So you call me on my phone number. There's brochures. We're in the Spotlight. We're in the Senior Scene magazine. You get me on the phone or soon Debbie on the phone. And I come over to your house for a free consultation. So I come over, talk to you about your food likes, your dislikes, and any dietary concerns, any notes that your doctor has for you. Low sodium, gluten-free, vegetarian, dairy-free, low-carb, diabetic-friendly, low cholesterol is all that we do. I do have some experience with the kidney diet now, and I also have some experience with some cancer recipes too, and things like that. So we're doing a lot, but we're here to help you. So once we come in, we do that consultation. We're filling out something that looks like this that stays with you. This is our refrigerator reminder board. So our goal is to choose 4 different meals, and then we choose a date and time for the chef to come and cook for you. I have all of the menus online, and then I also brought them with me. So every time we come into the home, we're going over the menu. Like I said, we offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We can do on our menu, and we can do off the menu as well. So you're not just getting meals, you're getting a chef, and we come up with a custom plan for you. And then with once we choose these 4 meals, we do the grocery shopping for you. We can also pick up, because of COVID, we can pick up extra groceries while we're there. The chef gives you a call the day before. Do you need anything else from the store? We talk about ingredients. We're trying to save you money at the grocery store these days. So we go grocery shopping. We show up with our pots and pans and utensils, so we're not having to go through all of the cabinets and everything. We can get it in and out pretty quickly. With the 4 meals, it takes us about 2 hours in the home. So we're in there, we're cooking all of the food. The 4 meals have multiple servings. So it's not just 1 meal you're getting, not just 4 meals that you're getting, but more of like 12 to 16 meals. The only thing I think I didn't bring were the containers, but the containers are reusable containers. So they go in the microwave, they go in the refrigerator, they go in the freezer, they go in the dishwasher. We reuse them. So you just clean them up, set them aside, and we reuse them every time. And with that we can do services. Everybody's a little bit different. Everybody has different needs. So I have some people that we do weekly, some people we do every other week. I have some people I've done every 10 days, I've done every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks, and every call-ins. So I don't make you sign any contracts. I try to get you on a regular schedule, but life is not regular sometimes. So we do the best that we can, and we're come here to make you good food and keep you healthy. So all you have to do is, instead of saying what's for dinner, you just say which one, right? Like, take all of the headaches out of that. I see everybody nodding their head too. We don't always just cook for seniors. I have some young engineers, people that work from home, people with crazy family life, and we're just here to help. So that's what we do. And then we have this whole cooking demo over here. So something I used to say I don't do, but now I do. Cooking classes for seniors. So right now I've been for the past couple years doing cooking classes at the Wickham Park Senior Center. I went down to the Palm Bay Senior Center, and I'm going back and forth every other month, back and forth to the senior centers. Now that we have this beautiful facility and all of these resources here, we're going to bring all of that together, and we're just going to do classes here. So you guys are the first ones that get the sneak peek over here. So that's very exciting. And I think it's going to grow because I have a pretty big following over at Wickham Park. So that's going to be interesting. And then as far as all of our other sponsors and tables, I will say these people are wonderful. I think I've reached out and referred most of the people over here. I know Dr. Cressida, she is like, I have all of her cards. And I said, maybe you need to talk to her because they have different medications and all kinds of things. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about this, but I hear from people that my blood pressure has gone down. I'm not as stressed out. I had one 90-year-old woman who was AFib, a little bit of that, and she was not congestive heart failure. She was going to restaurants all of the time. She was eating out. She was getting sick from the food all the time. So finally she talked to her friend, and her friend's like, oh yeah, I've had a chef for years. And so she finally called me. I started cooking for her in February. And I cook for her every 2 weeks. So the last time I saw her, and like I said, she's 90, she is telling me, she's like jumping around. She's like coming to do the dishes with me. She's stirring the stuff, and she's just full of life and energy now. She's eating healthy. She's not in congestive heart failure anymore. She's off most of her medications, and she feels great, and she's happy, and it's a good thing. So I love what I do. So we'll step over here for a little bit. And what I wanted to first say over here, let's talk a little bit about food safety for seniors, because a lot of times I go in the home and I'm taking pictures of your pantry, fridge, and freezer, and I'm looking at expiration dates. I know as you get older, those numbers get a little bit smaller. So I'm helping and going through, and we're looking through at expiration dates, checking cans if they're dented or not, and any like bloated packages. When in doubt, throw it out. That's the safest way to do that. You also want to make sure you're not eating too much raw food, because your immune system could be a little bit more susceptible to the sickness. So we just want to make sure all the foods heated all the way through and cooked all the way through. You definitely want to make sure that you're washing your hands and all of your cutting boards as well. And if you're doing something with raw food, don't use the same spoon or knife that you're going to use with the cooked food. So that's general safety. And we're all here, so I think we made it this far, right? So we're going to start with a quick little summer salad. Who likes making salads at home? There's some but salads are kind of tricky because you get all that lettuce, and maybe salad sounds good for a day or two, but then you don't really want to eat it anymore. So this is a corn salad that we're going to do. Who likes corn? Everybody's good with corn. Corn is kind of a general thing. So since it's summertime, we're just going to add some cucumbers in this. I'm going to do a quick little peel right here. And I wanted to do it in front of you instead of just having everything done, to show you it's nice and quick and easy. I know seniors sometimes have a hard time standing over the sink, and a lot of it's just trying to come up with something new and different to eat. So I actually called my grandma yesterday and I said, "Have you tried any new recipes? What are you doing?" So I call her and share the recipes too. So I'm just going to cut off the top, cut off the bottom. I'm going to slide a knife all the way down here. And then I'm going to take my spoon and I'm just going to take all of these seeds out right here. It's really hard to try and decide on recipes for all of you. There's like so many different recipes. So it was reminding me when I wanted to do this for you guys that you can, instead of cucumber, we can do like a zucchini boat. You can take like some canned chicken and maybe mix it up with some breadcrumbs, some tomato sauce, maybe some cheese, and make like a chicken roasted zucchini boat in the oven. That would be nice and simple. So I'm all about simple and easy and stuff that you can actually do at home, right? Nobody wants to be in the kitchen for very long. I'm going to do one more cucumber here.
Can't you leave the outside shell on, actually?
I totally could, yeah. It's more fiber. What do you say? I'll stop there?
No, I'm sorry. We were going to do it at the end.
No, you're totally right. You can leave it on, you can leave it off. I think I was still having the zucchini in my head, so I was a little bit more peeling it. But you can definitely do either or. The green is where we have all of our nutrition and extra fiber. So thank you for saying that. You definitely could have done that. Yes. I think it's just a chef thing. Would anybody else do this?
Yeah, your damn chef.
Digestive system, especially if we're having diverticulitis or something like that, you need to watch the seeds in your stomach. I've been doing other research that said seeds are super good for you and go ahead and eat them. So everybody's a little bit different. I just lean towards the cautious side of better safe than sorry for everybody. So thank you for asking that. Another little secret of mine, I compost. So when I'm at your house, I'm dividing organic materials, regular groceries, and recycling, and I'll go through and put all of the waste away in the different places. I know it's going to be hard to see me, but I'm just going to cut all the way down here on the cucumbers. I'm just going to make little strips, and then I'm going to dice everything. But so I've been composting for over a year or maybe 2 years now. I'm originally from Ohio. My grandparents have always had a garden. So I'm just kind of used to having garden things. And when you move to Florida, it's really hard to grow anything in sand. I have the garden tower and we're not getting along at the moment. So we're working on that. I need to balance my pH waters. And honestly, I like being in the dirt. I told my son, it's good to be outside in nature. It's good for grounding, being outside. So I told him, you need to be outside with bare feet for 10 minutes a day. And it's so funny how our little brains are sponges that he listens and now he's telling other people, you need to be outside in the dirt. But with all of my composting, I'm getting some really good rich soil. So that's another good benefit. And then I can go bury these seeds and maybe I'll have cucumbers next year. We'll be doing this fresh. So, and I think of it all the way around. Environmental friendly, healthy, safe, good for everything. I try to use organic, yes. It really, as far as cooking for the customers, it's their choice. As far as when we're eating, we want to make sure that we're eating the best of the best. So yes, so we're just going to add all of the cucumbers in there. And then we're going to add some fresh chives. This is another good one if anybody has like the windowsill and growing some extra things. Even from the grocery store, like the ends, your green onions, you buy them once, stick them in some water on the windowsill, and they'll just keep growing. And the more you use it, the more it'll grow. And it's a good way to have something fresh because we all know, again, with the prices at the store, like, oh, I could have bought the whole plant for that price. And that'll keep going and going. I know a lot of people get scared and nervous when I'm holding a big knife. We're good? Okay. Food safety, you want to have your hand good firm grip on your knife, and especially with this knife, this is like a seesaw knife. So I can have my hands right here like this, blocking the knuckles, blocking the fingers from getting hurt, and then I can keep my knife all the way down and go like this and just glide it all the way through. I also, as I'm doing it the wrong way, I also teach some cooking classes for autistic adults. So it's the same thing. We're always doing food safety. And there are cut knives available too that you can buy if you're really worried about getting cut. And that's another group I want to get in here too, because they do mobile thrift. So that's a fun group. And we all just need to help each other, right? All right, so we're going to put our fresh chives in here. I've washed my hands multiple times for you. My waste is going to go over here. And then I'm going to take this fresh basil, nice and beautiful. The question hasn't come up yet, but we definitely want to use fresh herbs to get the freshness in this salad. And that would maybe be for the next soup too. The fresh herbs are going to give you a lot more flavor and a lot more health benefits. So as I pull these off, I'm trying to keep them all together. Does anybody know what I'm doing yet? The technical term for this? Chiffonade, yes. So I'm going to get it all together. You kind of pile them up one by one as you can. You're going to roll it all together as a cigar here. And then you're going to start at one end and just kind of roll your knife again straight through here. And yes, the term for this is chiffonade. So this is where we get our nice pretty ribbons. So we're going to put all of our pretty ribbons in here. We want all that goodness in there. And then the last step, we're going to do a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Is that okay with everybody? Just a pinch. Yeah. We're pretty much working on low sodium, so that's good. All of the Chefs for Seniors meals are based on a Mediterranean DASH diet. And the DASH stands for Dietary Approach to Stop Hypertension. So we're always being very, very mindful. And most of my classes, I try to do very healthy, easy, mindful recipes as well. You notice I'm not measuring. And I was thinking if we maybe did a sign-up sheet, if you guys want to give me your email addresses, then I can email the recipes to you because I didn't bring any extras today. I have a little bit of pepper over here. This is the restaurant style kind of big pepper. So we'll go kind of easy on that. But black pepper is actually really good for your body as well. It helps the blood moving. So that's very important. I like this right here too. This is my coarse grain salt. So I'm going to use this. I was excited just because it was in a bag. It had an elephant on it. But it's nice and coarse grain, so we can kind of go like that. And then that's it. Easy peasy, right? Yes, sir.
And I feel like adding oil.
Depending on the menu, you could add turmeric. Turmeric is a warm spice and it's good for inflammation. So honestly, you could do that in here. One of the recipes that I really been loving is a Mexican street corn dip. So you can put like Mexican seasonings in here. You can put some cumin, some paprika, some smoked paprika. You can go a lot of different ways with this. I would do maybe instead of the basil, I would do like parsley and cilantro, and that would bring it up to more of like a Mexican thing. And I recently found out too that cilantro is a detoxing herb. So if you do like cilantro, some people do, some people don't. It's very good to try to eat some cilantro like every couple days. All right, so that's our beautiful corn salad right there. I'm going to pass this off to Assistant Chef Debbie, and she's going to put it all back there. And then I think it's probably best if we just go get our samples over there at the end, right? Okay, I think so. Yes, sir.
How long is that? How long I like this bad?
That should be okay. The mayonnaise is the mayonnaise is the only thing in there that you have to worry about. And this is a brand new one and it doesn't expire until next May. It has to be refrigerated, yes. The cucumber is what you're going to watch because the cucumber is going to turn the most. The cucumber is going to turn the fastest. So you can leave the seeds in, yes. You can divide it into little containers. You can keep it in a big bowl and it'll kind of just keep marinating. So it'll be nice. I don't know if I'd necessarily say freeze it because it's mayonnaise, but I have had some people freezing my chicken salad. So depending on how you feel about that, I probably wouldn't, but you could if you wanted to, if you really wanted to. You can even add some sour cream. You can even do, instead of the mayonnaise, you could do whole fat Greek yogurt and put some more protein in it that way, because we all know that fat is good for our brain. Fat is not necessarily the enemy, and fat is also flavor. Right? All right, we're going to move over to our soup here, and this pan was nice and hot. So what I wanted to do is just chop up this onion right here. I'm a big believer in onion, that it's the secret to a long, healthy life. Anybody want to prove me wrong on that? No. Right? I have a tendency to notice, though, that the people that don't eat onion kind of maybe end up a little more sick at a younger age. So I don't remember all of the numbers, but if you Google why is onion good for you, there's a ton of different reasons for you. So I am a big believer in onion, and actually there's not even onion on this recipe, but I'm adding onion to it because it's really good for you. Yes, sir.
Rice onion, or any time that?
For this one, it's a white bean soup. So we're going to stick with white onions. I went ahead and got the sweet onion. So it'll be like tolerable to everybody. The red onions are really good for you too, or the purple onions, and that's usually good a little bit more raw. So you can add the red onions into your corn salad. Now I've done the pea salad like that too, with peas and the mayonnaise and different things, and that has red onion. So I personally love red onion, so I'm okay with it. Some people think it's a little strong. You can let it sit in some water and kind of take out the potency in it. We're doing okay. Just chop in here.
Chop it over as to not be acting of crying with these onions.
Correct. Yes. It completely doesn't bother me at all. I had one girl I trained once, and she was cutting the onion, and she did not have waterproof mascara. She had to run into the bathroom to go clean up her makeup. So, yes. Everybody's taste buds are different. Everybody's different. Their tolerances are different. What they like is different. And that's what we try to do. We try to match everybody's something delicious for everybody. And allergies too, yes. I probably don't even need all of this onion here.
Is the onion for gold? Yeah. Any of those that do you want?
All of them are good for you. Yes, they all have their own unique properties. But I'm just saying, don't be afraid to eat onions. They're good for you.
Like
Olive oil.
food grade.
I usually have a tendency to get like the buy one get one at Publix.
I know where this.
Right, because we've seen those prices. I think somebody was asking me what was the price on it the other day, and I was up to like $19 one of the bottles. And yeah, I only buy it on buy one get one. Coconut oil I like is a lot more mild, so I really like that. We're just gonna give these a little quick saute, and we're gonna get it soft. So we'll get. So what? Peanut oil. That's gonna give you distinct peanut flavor, so you want to be a little bit careful on that. The avocado oil is good for high temperatures, and that has a tendency to be pretty mild. Depending on your coconut oils, I've gotten kind of used to the flavor and the scent of olive oil, so my palate actually likes it and is happy about it. And olive oil.
You back that you chip oil. Don't that it.
Do I practice?
No, with your wet, definitely don't want oil or definitely awful killer.
When I'm cooking at people's houses, I use whatever they have. When I'm at home, I have coconut oil or avocado oil. And then if you really needed to be oil free, you can saute in water or broth. Yes. We're getting to the broth here in a second. So we're going to let that cook down one more second. We're going to go ahead and add some garlic. And for the sake of cooking class, I get to cheat, and we're just going to use this stuff. You don't have to do anything with it. I have the garlic mincer, so I can do that too. But I say whatever is easiest for you, go ahead and do that. We don't want cooking to be hard. You want it to be easy. Otherwise, you don't want to do it, right? And whenever we could have the least amount of dishes, that's good too. Okay, so we have our onions and our garlic is nice and smells delicious in here, right? I'm always joking that I want to come out with a garlic scented candle for people, especially that don't have an appetite. As soon as you put the garlic down, I have somebody walking around the corner saying, "Oh, that smells good." So garlic is another really, really good one for you. I believe they were using it antiseptic, analgesic, very, very good for you. So I'm going to, again, just put some fresh thyme in here.
My heart's spinning. All right. Okay.
I can get my phone and Google. Okay. I've had it printed out before, and I do the radio shows on Mondays and sometimes Fridays. I'll be on there Friday too with that Helping Seniors Radio. But there are so many. I say Google and find out. There's so many that I'm trying to sneak onions into as much as I possibly can. I told my 9-year-old, I said they're flavor crystals. Just eat them. Same thing with.
You're adding like what it's covered, basically covered over. You're not doing it by spoon.
By spoonful, I'm just trying to get some good aromatics in here, some nice flavor for you. So I'm just, I don't know, going one by one. So that's fine. I'm just picking out the ones that are nice and skinny, and I can just peel it without getting all the other pieces and parts in there. One more little stir in here. And I'm going to put one rosemary branch in here, and I can easily pull it right back out because it's a rosemary garlic white bean soup. And we're still doing good on time. Yes. So this recipe I love, again, because I like sharing recipes that you can easily make at home. Like, oh, I have a can of beans. I don't know what to have for dinner. Oh, I can make something actually really delicious with a can of beans and some garlic. So that's really all this recipe is, can of beans and garlic. And it does have the thyme and the rosemary. So I'm going to put this in the liquid. That's what the recipe says to do. Any vegans know that the liquid in here is called aquafaba. And that's what they use for vegan baking. You can whip it into like a nice egg white. Oops. Stepped on the outlet there. Here we go. These are really nice to have on hand, especially if you're making yourself like a little homemade smoothie or just have it on the counter. It's a lot easier than having a big blender on there. So we're going to put this in here. Just trying to be really minimum on tools up here. All right, so we're going to put that in here. We're going to add some water real fast so I don't end up burning all of those beans. We're going to add some water. And then I picked up some Better Than Bouillon vegetable broth. You could do this with chicken broth. Maybe you could do it with beef broth. I went ahead and grabbed vegetable broth so that we're good for everybody here today. This Better Than Bouillon is like liquid goo. I love it. And I bought it at Walmart today, and it was like at least $3 cheaper than Publix. But if you have a Sam's Club or Costco, they have them like double this size for maybe $10 or $12, and that's kind of a good deal too. Technically, it's 1 teaspoon per, I think, 8 ounces. We're going to put a big, hefty scoop in there. And then I'm just going to add the rest of these beans. So this is like a nice hearty soup. You can put ham in here. I was thinking maybe you can put some canned chicken if you wanted to. You can top it with some bacon. Maybe you can even put some shrimp in here. You can put a little bit of corn in here if you wanted to. All kinds of ideas. But I love this, that it's just straight bean protein, right? Clean eating and very inexpensive. The whole recipe is supposed to be only $2.49. So that's a really good deal too.
About that. Yeah, probably still making us good back.
This is supposed to be 4 1.5 cups each. Prep time about 5 minutes. And then we're just heating up the soup and we're waiting for that. I'll give it a little taste. I didn't put any salt in it yet, right? No salt. I would eat it. It's good. I'm going to share. I'm going to put a little bit more of this in, though. The vegetable one, I'd say you do have to be careful with because this one can have a tendency to be a little bit saltier than the chicken and the beef. But now they have like sofrito, they have ham. Somebody up north gave me a lobster one. So they have all kinds of good ones. I'm going to give this one more to get the stuff on the spoon. You can, the Better Than Bouillon, you can go at Walmart, Publix, Costco, and I'm pretty sure Sam's and BJ's. They're over in the soup section. And for the chicken and the beef, when I'm cooking for the seniors, I always get the low sodium. because you have options. Oh, that's good. That's yummy. I can't wait to share with you. Last recipe we're going to do, nice and quick and simple while this comes up to heating for us, is a smoothie, kind of. I've taught a lot of smoothie classes over the summer, so now when I come here, I have a whole list of smoothies for you guys. This one right here, I found it on Facebook, and it's called Homemade Gatorade. Right? Because those bottles of Gatorade, $3.49, I think, for one. And I'm just like, still has sugar, still has salt in it. So, first ingredient, I'm going to do beets. The original recipe is just 2. These are pre-cooked, already ready to go. I have one client, I think with the high blood pressure, the beets bring your blood pressure down nice and low for you. I think she almost had to be careful that it was almost too low. So beets are good for you. Now they have them fresh, already done, so you don't have to say, I don't want to cook them anymore. And then I talked to the guy at Walmart who I know has a garden. And I talked to him, and he told me I shared this recipe with him at Walmart this morning. And he said he's growing beets. I'm like, I didn't even think of that. So I'm excited about that. So you can add these easily into your smoothie or make a nice drink. So I'll go ahead. We can probably make 2 batches. So I'll start with the just 2 beets. Was that one? I think that was one. Beets are really rich in iron, so that's very good for you. And if you're not a beet fan, we're going to kind of hide some of this flavor. So you have to let me know if you can still taste it or not through this. Then you're going to put some watermelon in here. I went ahead and grabbed this one so I can show you. You don't have to cut a whole watermelon. Just grab some watermelon in pieces. But it is funny though, because I have a watermelon at home and I have plastic over it. And I have one of those scoops. And I just went scoop and put it right in there. So that was good. So we're going to put some watermelon in here, and I'll probably have to, like I said, make 2 batches. I've also done some reading about the seeds, hearing that watermelon seeds are actually good for you. Anybody else ever heard that? Okay, just me, but it's, I think, true. So we have watermelon, we have beets. We're going to put in some lime. And we have some little lime juice here. I would definitely recommend the fresh lime over just the squeezy lime, because we know this doesn't have any preservatives in it. And in the smoothie making, I did some smoothies with another doctor that said, always put a little bit of pinch of salt in. And I kind of wanted to address the salt with you guys today. Doctors say salt is bad. We all know this. I went ahead and got this Baja Gold mineral sea salt. And this has all of like your daily minerals in it. So I don't feel bad about this salt. Okay. That's that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pinch in there, and the salt really brings out the flavor of everything. And I was going to let you guys decide, do we want to do coconut water with pineapple or just regular coconut water?
Regular coconut water.
Regular coconut water. Maybe the second one will do a pineapple. So we're going to fill this up here. I didn't bring any ice for us, so you just have to bear with me and drink it at the room temperature. All right, so nice and simple, right? The coconut water is really refreshing too. I'm standing on that one. Make sure it's off before I plug it in. Oh, I made you drink this the other day, didn't I? All right. right, easy peasy. We have some nice, delicious homemade Gatorade. And I'm done. And it's, oh, not 12:30 yet. Okay. 2:30, 12:30. When was I supposed to be done? Oh, there we go. Okay. Any questions? Good. I'll give that to you. Oh, we're waiting for our soup here too. Let's see.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them here. All right. And the soup's nice and hot. I'm going to pull our rosemary branch out. And we will grab some bowls and some spoons and we'll start serving that too.
Okay, a round of applause for Jillian. Wow. Wow. So who's coming back next time she's cooking? Let's do this.
I'm Joe Steckler. Thank you for joining our program today. I'd like to remind you that our senior information line is available to you at 321-473-7770. There you can get help and direction that could be helpful for your specific situation or circumstances. The work of helping seniors is very important, but we can't do it alone. That is why our sponsors here in Brevard County are so important. I'd like to thank our many area sponsors, businesses, and medical providers who support the mission of helping seniors that help us carry the cost of our media efforts. If you'd like to join us either as a business partner or simply donate as an individual, we welcome your call at 321-473-7770. You are always welcome to visit our website at www.helpingseniors.brevard.org. Thanks so much for your help. It does make a difference.